Syrup and the Ultimate Sweet is a visual novel featuring the story of Syrup, an old-fashioned alchemist who stubbornly stands out in a world that has turned to magic because of her adherences to the good old scientific process. She's a bitter and disillusioned woman whose single friend in the world is a young man who works in the candy shop she owns and runs. From the very beginning, it's obvious that Syrup doesn't care about the opinions of others, oftentimes at the risk of causing offense, and she frequently butts heads with the witch, Butterscotch, her rival in candy making. Will your story have a happy ending in which Syrup discovers the value of friendship, or will her cold heart lead her to a lonely existence? Or worse? Syrup and the Ultimate Sweet is an adequate title, given how utterly saccharine the character interactions are for the most part. While there aren't a whole lot of locations or a huge cast, developer Nom Nom Nami is still able to flesh out a three-dimensional world. Syrup and the Ultimate Sweet features a tale about developing interpersonal relationships, swallowing one's pride, living in harmony despite one's differences, and finding the strength to accept oneself for who they are. If I didn't know better, I'd say the Ultimate Sweet the title refers to, and brace yourself because you're about to groan, is friendship. Despite what Syrup herself might say. The game has all the bells and whistles you'd expect from a visual novel, such as options to skip red text and the ability to save at any time. Also included is the ability to rewind text, so that if you don't like the outcome of your decision, you can just hop back and make the opposite choice. All decisions, save one, consist of do this or don't do this, and for the most part, it's pretty obvious what kind of outcome your choice will have on the plot. I appreciate that some of the happy endings stem from a chain of decisions made early on, making them less obvious to achieve. There are multiple save files available, which become handy if you want to go back to a turning point in the story after achieving an ending, because rewinding becomes unavailable after that happens. Controls are straightforward and simple, though I have one complaint about the pause menu. First of all, there's no button that allows you to perform a quick save. Instead, you must open the pause screen and then go to the menu. This in and of itself isn't an issue, except to navigate to the actual save screen takes a few more button presses than necessary, leading me to believe that the menu didn't translate well to access via controller. Syrup and the Ultimate Sweet's adorable anime style is lovely to look at, and the pastel colors of the text box as well as the cute font tie together a polished presentation. Characters are named after candy and other such sweets, and the upbeat soundtrack as well as the bright colors are thematically strong. But don't be fooled by appearances. Syrup and the Ultimate Sweet has a share of feel-good moments as well as macabre ones. The candable ending, which can be achieved rather early on, is a perfect example of that. No spoilers, but if you put the words candy and cannibal together, then you pretty much figured out what happens given that one of the members of the cast is a magical candy golem. It took me maybe 2.5 hours to play through all 10 of the available endings. The fact that the characters on the title screens changed according to the endings I achieved was a nice little attention to detail. Given that this is a visual novel, it has all the replay value you'd expect, i.e. none. But for such a cheap asking price, it's easy to recommend an afternoon with Syrup and the Ultimate Sweet for the simple pleasure of seeing the story through to the end. Bottom line, for only $4.99, I can't argue with how much content Syrup and the Ultimate Sweet has to offer, particularly if you are the type who wants to see every ending. The writing is very good, and though the menu controls are a little wonky, it doesn't take anything away from gameplay.